Alright. And up in the top left hand corner, finally wearing his red trunks, it is gonna be Scaphism. Down in the bottom right hand side, in the blue trunks, it is gonna be AfterSTAR. Let's just check that this is actually running properly after all this time. Yeah, this map, for those of you who don't know, has some balancing issues. The map maker's not quite done it correctly for whatever reason. I'm not sure how that works out. I think it's just with the spacing here versus the spacing here. The map is slightly asymmetrical. Yeah, it just all needs to be shifted over. So, both players are going to be going for a quick castle first here. So that is quite interesting for this map, because this map is quite vulnerable with this sort of wider choke here, and with this destructible castle at the back. So it is possible to get harassed on this map. But both players just going for the same type of build again. Scaphism just doing some fancy footwork. Which will be interesting. We'll see what both players now follow up with. Scaphism showing off that he likes his soldier mage, and particularly his mages. And AfterSTAR showing that he's very comfortable in his +2 soldier build. But also showing that he can be quite greedy. I'm not sure if Scaphism spotted that, or we'll have to see. Scaphism is going to send out a scout here, slightly later than AfterSTAR's. And so they are going to meet at the middle, probably briefly poke each other, and then there we go. And then just confirm each other's build. AfterSTAR actually choosing to back off to chase after this worker, as both castles are just going to complete now. And just resume work production. AfterSTAR's now going to just go in, confirm the 6 expand, and they'll probably both just skip the tower again and go straight into barracks units. Scaphism actually going for the quick house block on the mine there, which is actually quite funny. I don't know that it actually uses up as much gold as it costs, but it's cute to see. Cancelling this will cost about 25 gold, I believe. It's costs about 25% of the building. But it will slow each worker down by about a second either way, maybe about half a second. So maybe about 30 seconds of individual mining. So it might be worth it if he can keep it up for a little bit longer here. Which is cute. It does slow him down himself a little bit, but it's a cute maneuver. Oh, but that's not what you want. That's going to make the house a little more expensive for Scaphism there. And AfterSTAR's own house is going to finish up now. Alright, around the same time. There we go. Barracks down for AfterSTAR. But it's going to be fought here from Scaphism, so possibly going to see dragons, which would be nice. And the other cute thing, just for Scaphism here, it doesn't give him much vision, but he just has a small eye on what his opponent's doing, which is kind of nice. Yeah, if it was a completed building, it would give him a bit, quite a bit more vision, probably like the same distance this house has. But as an uncompleted building, you just get a little bit of vision around it. But it has actually probably paid for itself by now. It is going to have cost AfterSTAR a fair amount of gold. So you can see actually, yeah, you can see Scaphism is actually creeping very slightly faster up in gold. So it's just about paid for itself. It's a cute move. I'm surprised AfterSTAR hasn't really elected to knock it down yet. You can see Scaphism actually is behind in workers, actually quite a long way behind. So that gold income will equalise as AfterSTAR gets out more workers than his opponent. AfterSTAR actually bring a second barracks up here, so we are going to see quite heavy aggression versus this one barracks out of Scaphism. So Scaphism's fort's nearly done, and he's building up about 500 gold, about 400 now. So we probably will see Dragon Nest out of him as this finishes up. And there we go, workers heading off to the top here. And there's one Dragon Nest, there's two, and it will be a Dragon Rush build. Dragon Rushes, if for those of you who don't know, work a lot better now, because workers used to go inside the mine. You can see all along here, next to the mine, they stack up in cute little piles. So that is going to allow the AoE to hit a lot more workers at once. A few dragon shots and half your worker lines dead. Soldier out now from both players. The Scaphism throws down a tower, and AfterSTAR just checks for any nonsense off to the sides. AfterSTAR's just going to poke in a bit here, but there's not much either player can really do. AfterSTAR will get a nice little scout here, see the tower. Interesting thing actually, if you see a tower when there's already a barracks up, it means your opponent's going to be greedy. Actually, I wonder if Scaphism's he's a Protoss player with this whole cannon zealot blocking idea. So you can kind of imply that there's probably something behind it, possibly forges or something else. And he's going to go around to the left hand side and try and break down the rocks, which is the appropriate answer to the tower at the front. And AfterSTAR is actually going to go into possibly Rifleman Catapult here, as the dragons now begin. So AfterSTAR's build is good, and he's getting a lot of nice tech behind this. He's got his catapults going, his forges started, but the problem is all of those are lovely until you meet some dragons, and they're going to be done in about 40 seconds here, at which point he's got one rifleman out on the field, a catapult, and lots of soldiers. So this may rapidly go very one-sided for Scaphism on this map if he doesn't sort of react to what's going on. And with only 2 barracks at home, where he's elected to go for this catapult, he may just find that in fact he doesn't have enough production to hold this. The tower's going to try and get forced out now for Scaphism, just to hold off these soldiers, because obviously in a base trade situation they're still pretty scary. But the first 2 dragons are out now, and he's actually going to elect to... Is he going to show them? The soldiers don't see it yet. They're going to back out now as the tower finishes. And these dragons are just going to skip around the other side. AfterSTAR's just looking for a position on this castle to try and harass. And he is adding more riflemen into his composition. But it's not going to be soon enough as the dragons come round to AfterSTAR's natural base. Dragon shots start landing. AfterSTAR not reacting fast enough. He's possibly going to lose quite a lot of workers here. Scaphism not controlling it perfectly. He really wants to be hitting the stacks of units, as AfterSTAR now backs off. But workers are going to start dropping here. He does have a third base, but right now, AfterSTAR just has nothing that can shoot up. He is going to get in on this natural base, as Scaphism tries to target down the catapult. But this is going to be interesting. This is possibly a base trade scenario pretty shortly here. A third dragon is going to pop out, as these soldiers from AfterSTAR aren't quite targeting for some reason this house properly. Catapult's rolling in now, and they are going to go take down this other rifleman. And they really just need something to contest them here from AfterSTAR. The problem is AfterSTAR's got catapults which do great against buildings and will get past these towers. This tower is about to fall now. But it's going to be a race between Scaphism's dragons and AfterSTAR's own units to see who can actually take out the opposing army faster. I think Scaphism is possibly going to hold here with the amount of dragons he has on top of these units. And AfterSTAR's actually distracted. You can see all his workers are out of position, trying to hold on these towers, as the dragons do start to go through all of AfterSTAR's units. AfterSTAR does have about 10 extra workers though, so Scaphism's got to get over there with his 4 dragons now, and see what sort of damage he can do. It's a risky position for both players, really. AfterSTAR's now trying to throw down towers near both of his worker lines. The main base is pretty secure now, and he's desperately trying to secure the natural, but these dragons are possibly going to arrive too fast. They do swing round towards the natural base now. The tower is nearly completed, but 4 dragons can contest the watchtower. Fireballs start to rain down, and they will start to pick up more workers here. The tower's going to do some damage, but and you can see these dragons do take a lot of damage quite quickly. Scaphism's going to back up. This third base is unprotected, and that could quite easily be some free units in it. I don't think he knows about the third base just yet, so he's just going to hover above these production facilities. AfterSTAR with units here, but he really just needs to move in and actually get some damage done, because right now he's going to be popping out 2 riflemen at a time. As much as these towers are going to hold on fairly well, you really just need an army to contest this. Yet more dragons are pouring out of the woodworks here for Scaphism. 2 rifles out from AfterSTAR, which are going to try and do some damage. Scaphism does want to pick this off, as he secures his third base. This is an interesting position. Scaphism not quite paying attention. He can contest those. They do have +1 attack, which is nice against the dragons. So dragons' time will be limited, but they are going to get a lot of damage done in the meantime. You can see how they don't do a huge amount of damage to buildings, and AfterSTAR is going to try and repair it here. But again, this is more mining time. He doesn't really want to be pulling away when they're only on even workers. AfterSTAR has managed to amass about 4 riflemen here, and he's going to try and get some done. Dragon will fall, but another rifleman goes down. Scaphism now trying to get on top of the last one, and he still has 4 dragons hanging around here. Scaphism, I think, is just trying to go all in on his dragons. He's not really elected to go for much else after this. He's going to mass about 6 dragons here, and we'll see what kind of damage he can get done. Ideally, he just needs to commit, get some worker kills, and then back out again. And that will help push him further into this game, because his opponent does have 3 bases. I think it's a... oh no, not supply bot. You can see he is 30 supply up. A lot of that is in dragons, but it's just so little to contest it here. He's trying to build up a force of riflemen in the back, but Scaphism now going back into worker production. Probably going to look at taking